Hello there, everyone. It's the ultimate mother freaking Lifeform KingShadow BA, the King of Chaos. My dream actually was to be an actor. If the world chooses to become my enemy, I will fight like I always have and try to heal from the heartbreak, all the attempted assassination. Oh jeez.
I've been told to ask you about redheads.
Disgusting black creatures. Get out of my sight.
Oh.
Hey, KingShadow, my friend, Kuihman's here.
Hi.
Oh, okay. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, I've been watching your channel recently. I tried to...
Food Shops super chatted $9.99.
I really appreciate
you thought my guy did bad. You gotta give my buddy a little bit now after those two debates. He was unprepared and
you're on
didn't
stream,
know you.
right?
Anyways, this was epic. Trump truly ice Sigma if he did all those
that's
things.
good to inform you. Okay. Abby didn't tell you. We're on stream, so just so you know. I don't know if Abby told you that. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, hello.
Yeah, do you want to do your intro quickly? I feel like everyone wants to hear it.
Oh, well, I don't mean to brag, but hello there, everyone. It's the ultimate mother freaking Lifeform KingShadow BA, the King of Chaos.
That's awesome. That's so fucking epic. Okay. So I tried to ask you about your channel a little bit. What initially got you started on like shadow voice acting?
What got me started? I would say ever since I played what was considered to be the bad Sonic game ever, Sonic 2006. And ever since then, I've been voicing, well, I actually hadn't done any like voice acting since 2019, I believe. So about 5 years.
Right. Okay. So, I mean, well, you said Sonic 06 isn't really very well regarded. What was it that, drew you to Sonic 06? Why was that the one that really got you?
Because my dream actually was to be an actor. Like it could be like I wanted to be a great actor in general. It doesn't matter if I'm voice acting or anything. I just want to be a great actor. And like the moment I started seeing character channels popped up, I saw Prince Vegeta, one of his videos popped up on my YouTube For You section, I believe. So I started watching his stuff, and I'm thinking to myself,
sorry, that was
okay,
Prince Vegeta, you said, yeah?
Yeah.
So what is that? That's like similar, sort of doing the KingShadow thing, but for Vegeta. Is that sort of like the similar content? He was doing reaction videos as Vegeta. Is that sort of like the?
Yeah.
Right. Got you. Okay. So he inspired you, and so sorry, I didn't. What was so good about Sonic 06 though? I don't know if you really answered that. Like, what did you connect with in that game?
Basically that one scene in Shadow's story where he said, like it was one of the lines I could like get down with. It was like it goes like this. I'm gonna get my Shadow voice real quick. If the world chooses to become my enemy, I will fight like I always have.
Sweet. I can see why that would. That's a pretty universal quote. Pretty. You can really feel that. You can feel everyone's felt downtrodden and persecuted. Everyone's felt like they're alone. I can see why you find that quote so special. Okay, that's cool. Well, so what did you think of like the introduction of other characters in Sonic 06? Like, how did you feel about the romance between Sonic and is it Elise? And how did you feel about Silver? Have you got any opinions on that stuff or?
Oh, okay. So Silver, I thought was a really good concept in terms of as a character itself and gameplay. Like Silver's gameplay is fine using psychokinesis to like manipulate objects and to beat enemies using his powers, but it just wasn't fully realized. His psychic potential doesn't exactly like get stronger or anything. Like I know you get upgrades for Silver to make combat easier, but that doesn't really mean anything when you're doing the same thing over and over again.
Sorry, I'm just dying. I'm choking. Sorry. I just eating.
As for Sonic and Elise, I gotta say the relationship between the two of them was pretty. It was fine for the most part. If anything, it reminds me of that episode of Sonic X where Sonic was Sonic was wanted by the government just so he could attend to the president's party, but he wanted to show this girl the joys of life, you know, living life to the fullest. She's like, that guy can wait.
Sure, yeah. So I've gone through some of your old videos. We've watched a few of them. I saw you had a few KingShadow rants videos, and there were some where you seem to be dealing with like some internet drama with there was someone called Scarlet, and then there were people who were like turning on her. Do you want to talk? Could you talk a bit about that? I think we're a bit confused about the background. We saw the videos, but they weren't like hugely specific about what was exactly going on. Do you want to tell us some stories about sort of like, you know, your big dramas throughout your channel, the people you've interacted with?
Basically, I've been through some ups and downs with not only just my channel, but my own personal life as well. Because by the time when I released that video, Scarlet, or Kagara, actually, that's what she's known now, was together at that time. And years later, I thought we was gonna be, you know, a great couple. But then, next thing you know, I believe last year, one thing led to another, and you know, stuff like that.
Did you want to stay away from specifics, or?
Basically, my relationship status, if you want to call it that, has been through a hurdle. You know, it gets complicated by the minute. Basically, whenever I'm with someone, my heart breaks. Either they're with someone else, or they decided to be friends, or stuff like that. So yeah.
Right. Okay. So I mean, that's all online? I'm guessing. Like, what's your day-to-day like? What do you get up to?
Basically, I've been doing my best to try to heal from the heartbreak. You know, basically taking care of myself. Trying to get back in shape, working out, all that stuff.
Right. Are you into any games at the moment? Are you? I've heard you had some problems with, like, was it Dragon Ball Xenoverse? You were saying was causing you some problems at one point in one video. It sounded like you had quite a few videos where you were talking about, you know, difficulties you're going through with games. It seemed like, yeah, I'm not saying this to slight or anything, but you had a couple of videos where it seemed like you were. It was quite almost a hurdle for your life that you struggling with the game. I don't mean any, you know, any aspersions by that. I'm just that seems to be what you're reporting, was that they were getting in the way of your life.
Oh, okay. Basically, those videos that I made where you would hear me screaming all the time, that consists of me raging at them. I say that for different reasons, whether it's like problems with the game itself and problems that or like basically whenever I make a mistake, it's basically something I did wrong, and not because of, you know, bad stuff happening within the game itself.
Got you. Yeah. Oh, you had a cartoon smash or pass video.
Oh yeah, that video was actually an idea that one of my friends gave me. So I figured, you know what, just for the heck of it, I decided to do that. And well, I think you can pretty much tell when my face went to like Ultra Instinct Shaggy, because you know what I think of Ultra Instinct Shaggy. It didn't need to be a thing at all. Like, jeez.
Well, what's your problem with Ultra Instinct Shaggy?
Is nothing wrong with it. It's just, I don't know. People are constantly telling me it's because of that one Scooby-Doo movie where all of a sudden Shaggy is brave. Something like that.
Is there a problem with that? You don't like the fact that happened? You feel like it was a betrayal of the character, or?
Okay, so the character Shaggy itself is fine. I like Shaggy, and when I was watching Scooby-Doo, I especially like the live action Shaggy and Scooby-Doo. But to combine Ultra Instinct with Shaggy is just ridiculous. I'm sorry. That's just truthfully what I think. So
what do you think about the attempted assassination of Donald Trump?
Oh, the attempted assassination. Oh, geez. Honestly, I was surprised, shocked really when I saw that happen. I was like, dang, someone had the gust of fire at Donald Trump. I mean, I know he did some bad stuff in the past, but still, I didn't think it would actually happen.
So you're not a Trump fan then, I take it?
Nah, not really. I'm pretty sure anyone else in the world is not a Trump fan.
It's good to hear that from the King of Chaos. That's encouraging. That's encouraging.
Yeah.
Do you have any political opinions? Is there anything that you really care about? Any big issues in the world that you're invested in right now?
As of right now, not at the moment. Basically, I just want to get how do I word this? Basically, I'm trying my best to get through the whole year without any hurdles jumping through, whether it be for my channel, Twitch, or my personal life. That's all I'm asking. That's all I look forward to, really.
So you have had some issues with your channel though, right? You've been struggling with motivation, knowing what directions to take your content in. Like, what sort of thoughts have you got about that? What do you have any ideas of where your content's going from here? Do you?
I actually do have a few ideas. Now that I'm pretty much equipped with what I have right now. As you can no doubt tell, I've been recording some Kingdom Hearts content because the release of Kingdom Hearts 4 coming soon. And I think after that is done, I want to eventually move on to Marvel's Spider-Man and Miles Morales. If Marvel's Spider-Man 2 wherever it would come to PC, because I want to be ready for that as well.
What did you didn't have you heard anything about Marvel's Spider-Man 2? That wasn't that had some controversy, didn't it? People were a bit unhappy about how that went, I thought.
I've heard that the gameplay is going to be more of the same thing, but a lot more added in, like with the addition of like the black suit, the symbiote, corrupting Spider-Man. So that's honestly all I really hear about.
Oh, okay. I know there's been some controversy about like some writing of like the female characters in the game and stuff like that. I just didn't know if you had any thoughts on that. But I guess not. You haven't heard much about it. I wouldn't want to spoil Marvel Spider-Man 2 for you. Have you thought about doing maybe like more sort of relevant content, like trending stuff, more like talking about current topics, or like your opinion on things that are going on right now? Big videos or stories that are blowing up. You don't think maybe you could get into like the algorithm a bit more if you were hitting some trending topics, and you might get a bit more growth, which might be encouraging to carry on with the content. You could still obviously do present it all as KingShadow. You're still KingShadow as you always will be. But we're just talking about more relevant current topics, like Asmongold does, or like I don't know if Nux Taku, these sorts of characters talk about like what's going on today on the internet. Any thoughts on that?
I don't think I have any thoughts on what's relevant at the time.
No, you just like sticking to the games that you love, just talking about those, yeah.
Yes, basically, I just want to stick to what I'm good at, basically.
I just feel like the KingShadow, like your persona is like it's got a lot of use. It could be used in a lot of different ways, but it feels like you are almost limiting yourself, just talking about like Sonic games and stuff like that. Whereas you could be like expanding your horizons and possibly capturing new people who would be interested in hearing what Shadow would say about things people are discussing that day.
Yeah. Well, I do want to do that, but instead, I just want to do like, do things like one step at a time. I don't want to force myself to do to like talk about what's relevant at the time.
I've been told to ask you about redheads.
Redhead.
That might be a reference to the cartoon Smash Your Pass video. You might have said something about redheads.
Oh, yeah. Well, if we're going to be talking about that, let me tell you as to why I decided to do all those vids. So, as I already mentioned, I was inspired by Prince Vegeta. So I thought to myself, what if I do the same thing, but with my own spin on things? Like you mentioned redheads. Like one of them I can immediately think of was Frankie from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Oh yes, yeah,
So,
I remember Frankie from Foster's Home. Yeah, yeah, I know who you're talking about. So what about Frankie?
Maybe I could sometime in the near future I could do like some sort of video where like Shadow from like his world like goes to Foster's home basically. So and Frankie looks at Shadow and is like, are you an imaginary friend or something like that? And then Shadow will look at her and one thing will lead to another. So...
Chaos control her. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Chaos control. And she couldn't say no. Yeah, I see what you mean. I get what you mean. What else have we got here? Favorite soundtrack from a Sonic game?
Oh, favorite soundtrack. That is a tough one. Well, I shouldn't say it's a tough one because there's a lot of soundtracks that I do enjoy. Specifically, Sonic Colors, Reach for the Stars. But there are a couple of songs from Sonic Forces that I do like, but they're all like, I shouldn't say vocal tracks, more like level themes.
Yeah, any feelings on Sonic Cross Shadows Generations? How are you feeling about
that? I will say I am looking forward to getting the game once it's released. And as for the animation, I'm looking forward to seeing the full animation because we only got like a snippet of it where
the Dark Beginnings teaser trailer. Yeah, I saw it the other day.
Yes.
Yeah. Who do you think the second playable character is going to be?
Second playable character, I'm not exactly sure. Like so far, we only had both modern and classic Sonic, and Shadow as well. So I'm not exactly sure who that second character is going to be.
What's that? It's going to be Emil, I think, personally. He was in that teaser. So that's
probably, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of Cream the Rabbit?
Cream the Rabbit, I think she's a really good character. She was a great addition to Amy's Team Rose. She especially helps out in Sonic Heroes. And honestly, she wasn't like introduced until like Sonic Advance 2, I believe. And until then, when Sonic was like brought into the 3D world, you see cameos of Cream flying over the city in Sonic Adventure 1. So yeah, I think Cream is a really adorable character. She's really adorable when it comes to helping her friends out. And when it comes to what she was like in Sonic X, She was nice there. I especially get a kick out of like she went up against Emerald when he turned bad because of the Chaos Emerald inside of him. And I actually did feel her loss because she grew really close to Emerald because they were basically good friends, you know.
Do you know off the top of your head what your fastest runtime is on Final Rush, the final level of the Sonic of the hero story in Sonic Adventure 2? Do you know what your best run on that time?
My runtime of Final Rush, I honestly don't remember. Like it's been a while since I played Sonic Adventure 2. All three versions, GameCube, 360, PC. So I may have to like jump back into it to see what my actual runtime was. So
okay, what YouTubers do you watch these days? You said Prince Vegeta initially. Who do you sort of watch these days? Twitch streamers or?
Well, when it comes to watching other people, there are a lot of channels that I grew up with mostly before I even started making my content in 2019. Because at the time, when I made that channel, I was watching the likes of Some Call Me Johnny, Super Gaming Brothers, especially Brain Scratch commentaries, because I wanted to, help support their channels out, all that good stuff. And I think around the time I think there was one night when I was playing Batman Arkham Origins multiplayer with this really obnoxious kid. I don't know what the kid's name was, but he introduced me to Corey X Kenshin, which I actually grew up on because I can relate to that guy. He is a really great. He's a really great guy. Like he makes me laugh all the time whenever I'm watching his videos and all that good stuff. Get your ankles broke, all that.
Sorry, could you repeat that last bit there? What was that?
And besides him, there was other YouTubers like I know I always enjoy the likes of watching Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Yami Mash especially, and PewDiePie, all those YouTubers out there. And since then, I began like expanding my horizons to a bunch of other YouTube channels that I grew up liking because of the content that I like. Specifically for the Kingdom Hearts stuff. Like there is this guy that I constantly go back to and really get a kick out of watching because he's a really funny guy too. His name is Cynical. The YouTuber's channel is the Gamer's Joint, and he himself is a mess. Basically, I just go to any channel that is either like funny, entertaining, or if it's not any of that stuff, it can be like music channels, like different artists, like 3 Days Grace, Breaking Benjamin, because that was all I listened to back then. Besides other artists like Beyonce, Adele, and Chris Brown, especially all those other popular artists.
Chris Brown, he's got some controversy, hasn't he?
Yeah. No, I don't think Chris Brown has a country accent. No, he does not.
No, controversy. I mean.
Oh, controversy. Yeah, I believe so.
Well, do you have any thoughts on that?
His music is really good. It was it's I think I can definitely say that his stuff is good as it was back then. Because like I said, that was all I listened to. Like I know there are other artists out there like there's a Neo, there's no, I don't want to say Justin Bieber because who cares about him? Justin Timberlake, 50 Cent, and ever since I started listening to their music, I'm growing fond of some other music channels, like basically from like there's this one YouTube channel that I go back to. music channel is Dead Music, and he makes some really good musical content, specifically for like different anime characters. You know, his stuff is fantastic. And ever since I started listening to him, I started listening to the likes of like nerdcore music, like Fable, Game Boy Jones. I don't exactly remember who else at the time, but yeah, that's basically what I'm listening to nowadays. You know.
And you said you're a fan of Corey Kenshin.
Yeah.
This is the guy who did the YouTube racism and favoritism video, right?
Yeah.
Did you have any thoughts on that controversy? I know there were some. It was quite a heated discussion at the time, wasn't it?
Honestly, there's not much I can really say about watching that. I mean, I may have to watch it myself just to get an idea of what exactly he was talking about in that video, but as of right now, I have no thoughts on it.
Okay, fair enough.
Now, here's a question I actually wanted to ask. It's not gonna be like this whole thing is not gonna be like recorded just so I can get in trouble or anything, because I'm very
no one's getting in trouble at all. We just enjoy your content. Just wanted to hear from the guy himself. That was.
He's a little like on edge because he had to deal with his Discord being hacked.
Yeah.
So he's
I think I saw you post
on
about
edge
that.
about it.
Right. Yeah, yeah, there's no one's trying to get in trouble. This isn't.
We will protect you, or at least I will. I'll fight. I'll throw a metaphorical fist.
Oh, okay. Well, that's just what I needed to clarify, because you know, I'm just trying to be more aware, you know.
Yeah, I mean, did you have?
Big fan.
I don't know if there's any more questions we wanted to go through. Have you got anything you want to talk about at all? Or?
None that I can say out the top of my head, really.
We can chat one last time. Any last question? Are you doing any more covers? Is that likely?
Oh, more covers. You know what? I actually do want to get into making some song covers. Basically, of songs that I like. Basically, like I mean, I'm sure. Okay, so here's my question: have you heard of these two series, Hell of a Boss, Has Been Hotel?
Yeah, I have heard of those. Yeah.
Okay, so I actually do want to get into making a cover of Poison, because that actually is a really great song sung by Angel Dust.
Have you ever seen the Verbal Ace music video?
The Verbalese music?
Verbal Ace, whatever his name is.
I have not seen. I don't think I've seen that. Like, I know I've listened to some of it when I was out with Kagara at the time, because I think by the time that we were together, I could hear we were listening to, I think it was Sonic versus Mario beatbox battle. So. And,
yeah, that is that guy. Yeah, he apparently commissioned. He spent like 50K getting this music video done of like his self-insert character dancing or like having, you know, sex with this Has Been Hotel character or Hell of a Boss character, whatever it was. It was one of the two. I can't quite remember which.
Yeah.
What video are you most proud of making?
That I'm most proud of making. Well, now that I think about it, it would have to be like a really long vid that I made. It was a really long reaction video of another channel that I watched. She was named X Fantasy Bros, I believe, but now she named it to Tara's Diary, which honestly makes more sense because the other name is a mouthful, if I'm being real. She makes different stories based on the different Sonic couples, like Sonic and Amy, Shadow and Rouge, Knuckles and the Call, strangely. And you know, those stories are pretty good. Like I really enjoy Sonic at high school, which is really Sonic and his characters going through high school, basically High School Musical, but with Sonic characters. So, um, there was that, and like ever since I started watching those series, I started going into other series that she made. Like there was one that was simply named Faith, which is basically Sonic and Rouge teaming up together. It's basically an Aladdin story. There's another one that I kind of enjoyed called the story of Aunt Amy, I think it was. Or was it the story of Amy Rose? I can't really tell. I'll have to go back to and watch it. Like the whole series. It's been a long time since I have. And but I finally remember when she started putting like Sonic characters being on Halloween, like Sonic at Halloween. And I think if I remember correctly, it was a reaction video, a really long reaction video that I made of Sonic at Halloween 2. And so far, it had like a lot of views on it, to my surprise. Like, I didn't expect that really long video to have such views like that, because, well, again, I didn't think people would watch that kind of stuff. So, yeah,
Okay,
I would say that's the only one video that I'm proud of making.
That's the only
you know,
one. That's the only video you're proud of.
Pretty much, because, like I said, it had a lot of views on it, so
I mean,
that's generally where I stop at.
I mean, if you're just looking for views, it feels like, I mean, it would be better to cover Train Talk. Anyway, that's. What's your least favorite Sonic game?
My least favorite Sonic game. Well, if I want to be real here, I would say my least favorite Sonic game would have to be, I think I have to say Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood for the Nintendo DS. And the reason why I say that is because I still say it was a decent attempt of putting Sonic in like an RPG style kind of game. But it's not great. It's not awful either. It's just there. And of course, like
they've been talking
soundtrack.
about doing an RPG again recently, I think, right? How do you feel about that?
I mean, I wouldn't mind. Like, if they at least, if Sega is at any financial state to make another Sonic RPG kind of game, then honestly, the only thing I can say is that it has good gameplay, it has good replay value, and if it has a good soundtrack too, because like I said, Sonic Chronicles has a really terrible soundtrack from what I played, because I remember playing it on an emulator one day, and that is not a kind of game I would go back to play. So,
okay. I mean, I think we're running out of questions here. I just want people wanted you to do just like one last display of like your Shadow impersonation. Just give us like, just go for it. Just give us your Shadow skills. Just show us.
Oh wait, I think I got one. I think it was in the Shadow the Hedgehog game. So let me just get into my Shadow voice real quick. I am Shadow the Hedgehog, and I have put the past behind me. You're going down, Black Doom.
Damn. Did you want to do any more of it, or just the one line?
Well, let me just think about what the other quotes that Shadow the Hedgehog
That was good.
said.
That was good.
It's pretty epic.
Can we get a disgusting black creatures get out of my sight? Can we get that one?
Disgusting black creatures, get out of my sight.
That's hard. That's hard as fuck. That's awesome. Okay. I think that's
Thank you,
yeah.
KingShadow.
Thanks for coming on. It's been
Would you mind if Kuihman adds you as a friend on Discord?
Yeah, is that okay?
Oh yeah, totally. Now that I know there's no like funny business going on. So that's really the only thing I wanted to clarify. No funny business. So
I'll just link your channel to people as well. So then.
Yeah, by all means.
All right. Well, it's been great talking to you. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for giving me your time.
Hey, no problem. And again, I really appreciate you going out of your way to like talk to me. Like, again, I apologize for all the questions I asked her, but again, I just wanted to clarify since I'm still on edge about
I understand.
about what happened last time. So.
Yep, no problem. All right. Well, I'll speak to you later, I guess.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Thanks, Abby. That was fun, wasn't it? See, guys, look, I give you everything. I give you the politics. I'm giving you the freaks. We're getting fresh. Not freaks. KingShadow's not a freak. KingShadow's just a guy fucking living. An eccentric character online, okay? Eccentric character online. We usually call them freaks, but I don't mean that. That would be pejorative, and I wouldn't say a pejorative about fucking KingShadow. KingShadow's cool. Disgusting black creatures. Get out of my sight.